everybody. Welcome to the episode 2 of the Everyday Joe Show, hosted by me, the Travis Reed. You might have heard of me before. Probably not. Anyway, thanks for listening to the first one. I got some pretty good feedback on the episode. A lot of suggestions and stuff we're going to try to make happen. If they don't, we'll get to it because honestly, I have no idea what the crap I'm doing. But we'll figure it out. But again, appreciate you guys listening. The intro music was a little bit from Craig Majors and Chris Murray, a little song they recorded a few years ago. Don't know the name of it. I played on part of it, but pretty good little tune. I'll try to play the whole song at the end if I can figure out how to do it. Give them guys some props. They're both pretty good musicians. Chris is a dang good guitar player. Craig, he writes some really cool lyrics and some really cool songs. I'd like to apologize for my voice, first of all. Holiday season, getting a little colder. Got a little sick. But voice sucks to begin with, so don't worry about it. Our guest tonight was supposed to have been Johnny Lowry. He couldn't break away. He had to wrap some presents, do some Christmas things. We're all busy during the holidays, so that's cool. We'll get him back soon. Our guest today is going to be probably the guest that's probably never going to leave. He'll probably be here every time I do one of these, which is fine, and that's Mr. Derek Clark, also known as Tooth. A lot of good feedback on him, too. Said he was a pretty good guest. Banter back and forth was good. So we'll talk about some different topics today, see what he's been into these past couple of weeks, see if he's got the chance to listen to the podcast. Hopefully he has because, it turned out pretty good. So if you guys got any suggestions for the show, hit me on Twitter, @DieselXI or @EverydayJoeShow. Facebook, just Travis Reed on Facebook, nothing special. So now we'll bring in Mr. Derek Clark, Tooth.
Guys, how's it going? Missed you guys. Glad to be back.
Yeah, you never left. Have you left?
Oh, I keep forgetting I'm still here.
Yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to Travis real fast for being such a really good sport about Johnny's absence this evening. I know Travis, and he's really a good person and has a good heart, but all that nice stuff he said, just pretend he's got somebody translating angrily for him because he's not really as happy about it as he seems.
It's all right, Johnny. We still love you, man.
I mean, we love you, Johnny, but, God, you're disappointing us, man. This is like going to a Prince show and him not coming out.
Oh, them's fighting words with Johnny. You better be careful, dude. He might can hear us from his house. He's 2 blocks from here.
I came from Tullahoma. He's 2 blocks away. What's going on?
He'll get on here. We'll have a little group special because I know Eli's got some things to say to you as well. Now I think Johnny might.
I hear that Eli said he wants to straighten some things out.
I think he does.
I don't feel like I'm remembering anything very incorrectly. I feel like Eli made this name up.
You think so?
And I'm glad. Like, I'm probably know more people because of Eli. In fact, I probably owe him royalties.
You probably do. You got a dime or something?
I can put a little on it.
You can put a little on it, right? Post-day check.
Post-day check.
Yeah, that's right. That's some old. I used that reference at work the other day. So I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I put a bit on it. That's from Kings of Comedy. If y'all don't know, that's probably the best comedy show. Yeah, I mean,
stand-up wise, and a group of guys.
Yeah, a group. Yeah, because Eddie Murphy Raw.
Ooh, yeah. Delirious too, though.
Yeah, and Richard Pryor.
It is one of the greats. If you're going to watch a comedy special and it fits right into those other guys Travis mentioned, it's great.
It's awesome, man. It's hilarious. So, Tooth, we'd like to thank you for filling in for poor little old Johnny tonight out here in this freezing cold garage.
Thanks for having me, Travis. And the weather is frightful out here. It is definitely chilly in the old House of Dolls.
It is very cold. If anybody wants to donate some insulation, so we can keep doing this outside and we don't wake my wife and my kids up while we do this at night, we'd be appreciated. I got somebody to put it up. Just donate the insulation.
Just send the insulation, guys. Care of Travis Reed.
Yeah.
P.O. Box.
We'll insulate Studio 11 here. It's pretty chilly.
Whew, cold.
Very cold. But, it was like 70 degrees the other day.
This is true. It's a very, very weird spring we're having this winter. I don't know.
It is. Did you see that snow Craig got?
Speaking of Craig, yeah, he sent me some pictures today, dude. Camping or something on the mountains. Gorgeous.
He needs to be working is what he needs
to do.
Well,
he's enjoying life, and I'm proud for him.
He needs to work. I'm tired of this
He
gallivanting
is.
around Fort Collins all the dang time.
He's busy, Dick. He's
Busy doing what?
Well, he's busy living the dream.
He needs to be working.
He's planning this wedding. I'm sure he's got a lot on his plate. Taking care of a baby, just wife. It's difficult.
It is difficult.
He's living an adult life, and that's a lot for Craig, as it is.
It is. We're proud of him. But have you? So you got to listen to the podcast?
I did get to listen to the podcast. I do have to say, I hate my voice.
I hate mine as well.
It seems like this is my second podcast with you, Travis, and as the last one, my voice is shoddy. I'm actually hoarse. I'm not full tooth right now, which I honestly can't say if that's better or worse.
I'm sound horrible right now too. I've been coughing up. I coughed up somebody else's lung the other day. I don't know whose it was, but I'll get back to it and I'll figure out whose it is.
Gotcha. They're running tests on that.
Yeah, thanks.
CSI lab.
Yeah, so me and two were talking earlier. We'll do some changes. We're going to have a really exciting segment coming up. I'm not going to give away any details, but it's going to be...
Doing a lot of spitballing over here.
That's right.
I do have to say one thing, Travis. Craig sent me an idea, and I'm not going to share the idea with you verbally. I'm going to implement it in tonight's episode. Maybe you'll figure it out.
Oh. This can't be good.
Shout out to Craig Majors. This is for you, buddy.
This can't be good at all. This is it's kind of scary. All right, so apparently this is coming. I don't know what it is. What you and the Dixter have devised.
We've got a plan. Travis, what are you drinking this evening?
I'm drinking a Kalik right
Did you
now.
hear Craig was in the Rockies?
Yeah. He's
Oh,
in
you
the
ain't talked to him? What about this? What is this? You got koozies just laying around on the table now?
Yeah.
Did you switch cigarette brands too, Dick? What are you doing?
I don't smoke. What are you talking about?
Huh. I mean, it's a little awkward silence. You gonna ask him questions?
It is. What
do you want to talk about?
What is
Where'd
this?
you get that bicycle?
Hey, wait a minute. Is he turning the tables on me in here?
I just want to know where you got that bicycle.
Well, I probably stole it. Which
I
one
mean,
is
you've
it?
got four-wheeler over here. Have you been riding a four-wheeler a lot lately?
I
I'm
might
just
be.
supposed to ask you questions and interrupt you every chance I get.
He knows I hate it.
He hates that.
I
He
hate
hates it.
You know what he hates? He hates a metal coat hanger.
He does hate a metal. Can't stand one.
God, you ever seen a man freak out? He hates a metal coat hanger.
And spiders.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I decorated the house in spiders when I had little spider rings from Halloween.
Yeah, shit.
Covered his house
Spider
at Oak
ring.
Street. All over his bed. Do you talk about a man's come up screaming? He got in the bed and was like, oh my God, what is this? He got me back.
They hit you. No, he wouldn't touch a metal coat hanger.
Dick, he threw pennies at my door.
I remember that.
He just kept flicking pennies, and I had a metal sign hanging on my door that said, positions available, apply within. It had random pictures of multiple positions. He just kept flipping pennies and flipping pennies and flipping pennies, and I'm trying to lay in the bed, and, I'm down to my skivvies, and had the door locked. He finally jimmied the lock, comes in there, just dry humping me like you've never, like a wrestler, like that dude doing the worm at midget.
Yeah.
I mean, he wore me down.
I always go back to the midgets. That's why Johnny's supposed to be here.
got a nice shovel
Because
up
we
there.
got you. Yeah.
All right, I'm done, Craig. That was for you.
Craig, I will get a plane ticket and fly to Denver because I've got one before
He ain't gonna do shit, Dick. He
with
ain't
a
gonna
load
do
of metal coat hangers
it. And some
and
spiders,
some spider rings.
some Cool Whip.
I won at Chuck E. Cheese. Spent $75 on the guy's spider ring. That Rodney Carrington bit, that was hilarious.
Every time I hear Chuck E. Cheese, I think of Philip Prater. He used to tell me all the time. He said, Dick, just drop her off at Chuck E. Cheese. Just drop the kids off. Come out with us this weekend. He said, they can't leave without you having that stamp. It's like a babysitter.
Man, Philip's pretty damn smart.
He's
ain't he?
smart. Take your kids to Chuck E. Cheese. They can't leave. You come back and get them when you're ready.
Dude's a genius.
Yeah.
But, some Chuck E. Cheese serves beer.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Like the ones in Texas do, but Texas does whatever the hell they want anyway.
It's hard to get a table for one at Chuck E. Cheese when you look like me.
Yeah. It's hard to get table 1 for 1 at a Chinese place when you look like me or you.
Well, they just know you're going to eat all buffet.
That was a horrible joke.
I
Horrible
give you
joke.
enough MSG, kill FN. How you still standing?
I just ate Chinese the other night. It was good.
Oh, yeah. Are you still having anaphylactic issues?
No, I can eat beef now.
Well, what was the deal with that? It's just you temporarily couldn't eat red meat?
Hey, another guy, Richie Sussin, I think's his last name. His wife, Gretchen, she's the one who hopefully will do my T-shirts. He had the same thing. And her and Amber, were talking at the school one day and knew he had that ailment and knew that I had it. And she texts me tonight. She goes, hey, or text Amber. She's like, hey, Richie's going to eat a steak tonight. Wish us luck. She's like, have some, have the medicine ready. And he ate it, and he's good to go. Oh. So it was a tick bite, like called a Lone Star tick. And they'll bite you like little sections, like a little square on your body somewhere. And something of their saliva gets in your liver. When you break down the meat, you go to delayed anaphylactic shock. Well, I just got tired of it, and so I ate a steak one day, and I'm good. Oh. So, yeah.
So you and Richie Cunningham have temporary anaphylactic shock.
Yeah, so he used to, he would pass out.
Lone Star tick bites.
Yeah, he would just walk and pass out.
Huh.
So, no, Craig, I wasn't being a girl because of not eating the steak is what he always believed.
He's just being a girl, Craig.
He's a jerk. Craig, you're a jerk.
My best friend.
He's still a jerk. All right, Craig, Two's got his headphones on.
I decided to go ahead. I wanted to feel the full studio effect, so I've put the headphones on. They're not plugged into anything, but I do feel like I'm a real radio personality almost.
I'm not putting them on. They're too cold. My ears are sensitive.
I'm sorry. I'm going to need you to turn that bass up in my headphones. Where's that snare?
Turn them shits up.
Turn them shits up. Turn them shits up.
The first episode reference, Chappelle Show. Y'all people need to watch it. Good stuff.
Better not bring your kids.
Tooth, you watching good movies lately?
Man, I've seen a few. I guess you put me on the spot right here, so I don't know what my latest favorite is.
What's your favorite movie?
Honestly, for me, Travis, I like so many. It's really hard to pick a favorite, but one that sticks out for me is The Big Lebowski. That's one of my favorites.
That's a great movie. If y'all haven't watched that, y'all really need to check it out. It is hilarious.
Classic.
And Flea's in it too.
This is true.
He's a nihilist, but he's in it.
Sam Elliott, Julianne Moore, John Goodman, Jeff Bridges, Steve Buscemi. I mean, this is a good cast. What's Turturro? John Turturro, isn't that his name?
Yeah, John Turturro.
He plays the Jesus.
The Jesus.
Nobody mess with the Jesus.
Yeah, mark it 8, dude. My favorite part is when the landlord knocks on dude's door. He's drinking a White Russian and his mustache hangs down in it, and he gets the White Russian all over it, and he sucks it off.
Yeah.
If y'all had video right now, you can see me and Tooth trying to do that. But
Travis has a face for video.
It's great.
I mean, a face for radio.
I do have a face for radio. Thank you.
Yeah, it's beautiful. God, y'all should see his hair right now. Reminds me of Stephen Lynn.
Oh, thanks. It looks fabulous.
It's nice.
Sorry, I had requested
that. Just look at it. Just look at it. Would you just look at it?
I did, and I was impressed.
I'll be damned.
No, it's kind of messed up right now. It's kind of late in the evening. We're burning the midnight oil here, trying to get this show out tomorrow.
He's wondering what clothes to wear.
I never wonder what clothes. Yeah, I wonder what clothes to wear all the time.
I was talking about you to Kim after we went out wrestling.
That's scary.
And I didn't realize who said what, but I thought you or Johnny One. I know one of you said the remark about how I could still dress up when I went out. Mm-hmm. And I almost never dress up. So I only did it, like I said last time, because you guys used to be fly. But when I got home, I was telling Kim, that you had said that or whatever, and she was laughing about it. And I was like, back in the day, Travis used to have leather pants, like shiny sequin shirts.
I still got them. I just can't fit in them.
He was decking it out. Like, you were the man to be as far as you were setting trends, Travis. Trendsetter.
Yeah. Trendsetter, everybody laughing at me because, hey, what's the fat kid doing wearing those leather pants and that shiny shirt?
I always just thought of Damon Wayans every time I saw you in him, Last Boy Scout.
Well, that's all right.
That's a good movie.
That's a good movie. That's a really good movie. You need to watch that too, if you haven't. You go see new Star Wars?
Man.
Don't talk smack about Star Wars.
I'm not going to talk any smack about Star Wars, but I'm going to be honest. The original 3 recorded films, I, of course, watched growing up, and I have rewatched as an adult. I have seen the new 3, but I wouldn't want to say I've seen them in their entirety.
Right.
I have watched them in succession when a buddy of mine was living with myself and Cody. However, I don't have a desire to go see the ones that are being released currently. And for all the people out there throwing out, don't put any spoiler alerts, all the people that are putting spoiler alerts, kudos. Kudos to you guys.
Did you hear about that cat in California? He walked out of the first showing and started shouting out, pretty important spoilers. And he got the shit kicked out of him. Some dude in a Wookiee outfit started just wearing him out. And then it sounds like a joke.
Chewbacca beat the shit out of the guy giving spoiler alerts.
And then stormtroopers came in and started kicking him. They said it went on for like 5 minutes, and because people weren't doing anything about it. I'm like, dude, you just ruined. We sit out here for hours or days or whatever and waiting on this movie, and and you just put up spoiler alerts, and he got the crap kicked out of him.
Well,
So
that's what you
kudos to
get.
people. Yeah, that's what you get for being a jerk. You mentioned Sam Elliott a minute ago. He was the stranger in The Big Lebowski.
True,
He was one of my all-time favorite movies, Roadhouse. Wade Garrett.
Mr. Garrett.
I'll get enough sleep when I'm dead.
I'll sleep when I'm
Well, that brings me to the point that I wanted to talk to Johnny about tonight. All right. I'd never seen Dirty Dancing all the way through. All right. Amber got some tickets to the play of a T-Pack a few months ago. So I was like, okay, I'll go with you. I've seen the high points of Dirty Dancing, and
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
nobody puts Diesel in the corner.
I was jealous, just to throw that in. When you posted that that's where you were at, I was really super uber jealous. Like, I didn't know what was going on.
And, there were a lot of people who I didn't think would have watched that movie. I actually watched it and started quoting it, and I'm like, well, somebody said, nobody puts Diesel in a corner. I'm like, what's that mean? And then somebody says, nobody puts baby in a corner. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, I didn't know that. So that gets Johnny, of course, he was excited. He loves Dirty Dancing.
Johnny is borderline homosexual.
Johnny's he has some taste. But his deal, I said, would you rather be Johnny Castle, was that his name, from Dirty Dancing, or Dalton from Roadhouse?
I feel like I would rather be Johnny Castle, personally. I feel like, yeah, I like it.
So, yeah, but my thing, he's like, okay, yeah, of course you'd rather be Dalton. He's, the only people look up to him are the rednecks. Like, no, Dalton kicked everybody's ass, and he got the hot blonde chick. He's like, yeah, but everybody wanted Johnny Castle. Yeah, but Johnny Castle almost got his butt beat in. That wasn't going to happen with Dalton. And Dalton kicked Terry Funk's ass in that movie. He's a former wrestler, by the way.
I feel like there was actually, and granted, Travis, I probably don't have the photographic memory of Roadhouse that you do, but is there not a scene where Patrick Swayze gets a little ganged up on?
Well, about 8 guys.
And then all of a sudden, just out of the blue, our hero Sam Elliott pops up.
I went to my high-pitched voice on that one.
Well, I'm just saying,
Yeah, but that's
if you
Sam
get
Elliott.
jumped by 8 guys,
Yeah, but it's
whether you're Johnny Castle or Dalton, you're in just bad odds.
yeah,
Steve.
but
It's
Johnny,
bad odds.
yeah, but Johnny Castle got by one guy, Dalton. I mean, he had it. Either way,
Johnny Castle allowed. He restrained himself.
restrained himself?
He restrained himself, Dick.
Either way,
telling
man,
you.
I actually after the day after we watched the play, I came home and watched the full movie, and that was actually a pretty good movie. I was. I shouldn't have been so narrow-minded when I was younger, but I thought it was a chick flick. But it kind of is.
It really kind of is to an extent, but it's a classic, and it's one that's like Grease. You got to watch it.
Yeah.
Not Grease 2, not Smoking the Bandit 2, but Grease, Smoking the Bandit, Dirty Dancing. You got to watch these. Oh, there it is, the classic Burt Reynolds
That's
laugh.
right.
Kim and I actually watched Dirty Dancing in its entirety with the girls.
Did you?
Recently. I've got 13-year-old twins, and we thought it was time for them to see that classic, and I'd forgotten about the abortion scene.
Yeah. I didn't see it when I didn't remember that. Like I said, I just saw the high points, the dancing, the dancing at the end, and all that stuff. So I forgot about that, or I didn't know about that part, so I didn't forget it. But so that was kind of, but it's part of life, and it's a good movie. It really is a good movie.
Let me add a factor that does make Roadhouse a notch above. The factor is the fact that Patrick Swayze did perform "She's Like the Wind." That is him singing
It is
that
him
song.
singing that song.
Like, that's straight up Patrick Swayze.
That is. And he ripped dude's throat out.
Well, he's a bad MFer.
Yeah, he is.
Language.
Yeah, I put the explicit lyrics. I'm trying not to cuss too much on here.
I'm trying to hold back
It's
myself.
going to happen. But, because,
I'm at least going to try to keep it down to the, the soft words like,
Yeah.
hell
yeah.
and damn.
Dadgummit.
Well, I'll be dag nabbit.
Yeah. We'll try not to say any GDs or MFers. We'll try not to. But if we
Well,
quote a
God
movie.
darn. I might say that because that's Gran.
That's Gran. We had the Walmart.
How is CJB?
She good.
How's Pam? I miss Pam.
She's good. Yeah, she's good. She listened to the first show. She loved it.
Excellent.
She's like, that was awesome. So,
Is she driving the old Sentra?
she's driving the Sentra.
Sentra,
That thing's got like a million miles on it now.
It's like a Ferrari Sentra, guys. It's
and
sporty.
I drove that car for 5 years, driving back and forth from here in Franklin. And man, I put like 40,000 miles a year on that car. It's still ticking.
I had a 1986 Honda Accord, mint condition, that I purchased off of Stephen Lynn. This car was impeccable. Everything worked when I got it. Now, I am a little hard on the vehicle, and it was an 86, guys. Give me some credit. And I was driving back and forth to Murfreesboro on the regular. However, I had a tire issue at one point, and, I thought front-wheel drive car, as long as I keep the front tires replaced, there's really no reason to worry about those rears. They got good tread on them.
Yeah.
And this is when I learned that there is a date code on your tire.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So I'm driving to work one morning in a torrential downpour, what Travis used to refer to as a regular old turd floater.
Old turd floater.
And I'm on the interstate, guys. It's 5:30 in the morning. I'm heading to Murfreesboro. Traffic is light that early in the morning. It's time of year where it's dark and pitch black, so I got the headlights going. I'm cruising along, and I feel as if my rear end's getting a little squirrely on me, kind of slipping out from under me. So I counter skid to correct and ease off the pedal so as to slow down. And as I'm coming, slowing down a little bit, it brakes again, and I try to counter correct, and it does not correct. It just spins around 180 degrees. I'm now sliding in reverse. Now, I'm actually sliding the proper direction, but I'm facing the wrong direction, and I'm probably doing 55, 60 miles an hour. And there's a tractor-trailer semi-truck, Peterbilt 379, Michael Foshi.
Oh, wait, I bet Foshi was probably driving.
He was probably driving it, and it was coming right for me. And I was really scared. But anyway, needless to say, I avoided a catastrophe that day and called Travis because I knew he would probably be on his way to work, and he'd have to pass by me. So Travis picks me up, and after I've had this near-death experience, and I literally took some of the seat with me when I got up.
It had a hole in the seat.
There's a hole.
He was pale as a ghost, too.
Travis gets me, picks me up. We're cruising along, and he's like, "Oh, Dick, yeah, I got an appointment to get my tires replaced sometime next week. They're bald, racing slicks. Here we are, can't get over 50 miles an hour. It's hydroplaning." I thought, okay, I was going to die. Now I'm going to die.
Going to die again.
Leave it to Travis.
Had flat spots in every one of them. Well, it was Alvarado's fault, and I had to, when it snowed, and he's driving that Cobra, and he couldn't drive it in the snow. Poured it. I mean, he's from South Texas, like he's ever been in snow before, But not really his fault. But, I had to drive, and we were taking 96, and I was dropping him off in Murfreesboro, and I come to a screeching halt, and I swear to God, it put flat spots on all four tires, man. So we can blame Alvarado on that one.
Well, shout out to Alvarado. Have you talked to him recently?
I ain't talked to him in a while. He's still at the Power Block. He got married.
Who broadcasts the Power Block these days?
I think it's like CBS Sports Network and NBC Sports Network.
I must not have these networks.
Yeah, it comes on my TV. I see it every now and then.
Velocity has some good shows.
Yeah.
Jesse Combs was doing a show. She, from my understanding, is not currently doing the show.
Oh, yeah.
But she was doing a Three Girls Garage. And
I heard about that. I didn't get to watch it.
good show, though. Good show. Yeah, I like it a lot. And Lou Santiago, who used to do the Power Block, he used to do Horsepower. Was it Horsepower that he took over? Or Muscle Car?
Muscle Car, yeah.
Muscle Car. Him and the other guy that ended up being on the show are now on a show on Velocity.
Rick Bacon?
I can't.
I met Lou. He come in the store one day. I met him up in Frankfurt. He's a cool cat.
I like Lou. I like him. I met Ian at your store at the CAD.
Yeah, Ian's cool.
Met Ian there. I've met a few interesting Power Block people. I had already met Chuck Hansen. True story. Went to the Chevelibration. Buddy of mine named Mikey, who's
Urbanic.
Is he at 1336 now?
1336. Yep.
Big shout out to Mikey. I got him his job. You're welcome.
We love you, Mikey.
Anyway, we went to the Chevelibration, and he'll remember this. He hated me for it. He was a big fan of Chuck Hansen. He was a big fan of Horsepower TV. What's the other guy's name that was from Horsepower TV? Was it Steve? Jerry?
Joe.
Thank
Elmore.
you. So I met Joe at your store at one of the CADs.
Yeah.
I met Chuck at this Chevelibration. He's in a cast, hobbling around out there amongst 400 different kinds of Chevelles, Malibus. And Mikey's like, "Derek, you got to take my picture with him. You got to." So I'm like, "All right." Well, Travis, you've seen Mikey Urbanic. He's vertically challenged. He's kind of a short fella.
I can say that because I'm short, so yeah.
But he's shorter than you are.
Yeah.
And Chuck Hansen's not what I'd consider short.
Right.
So I'm in awe of Chuck Hansen, and I'm kind of looking through the viewfinder of the camera, and I clip the picture, and I don't think nothing of it. Well, Mikey gets him developed, and you've got
cut Mikey out, didn't
Chuck Hansen in the top of Mikey's head. He was pissed.
you? Oh, I'm about to ask Mikey about that.
Yeah,
I
good
talked to
times.
him on the reg. He's a good dude.
He's a real good guy.
Yeah, hot rider. He got a bunch of hot rider friends up there in Murfreesboro now.
Yeah, well, dude, that's where he came from. That's why I gave him the job. People skills were lacking in the beginning. I think he got better over time.
Oh yeah,
probably. He's probably
golden
awesome
man.
now.
He is golden.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Golden.
But he used to show me pictures back home. His dad had a shop. You know, he worked on hot rods, and that was his thing. Did he ever do anything with that CRX? He had OCRX. He was wanting to put it.
Yeah, he's still. He can drive back and forth to work. Have you seen his Biscayne? The big wagon.
Oh, did he get? Because he used to have a Biscayne that he sold,
So he's got one now, man.
but it wasn't a wagon.
It's pretty sharp, man. Pretty sharp.
He had a really nice one.
I like some of those.
He had a Model T. It was in pieces, but he had it in his garage when he still lived across from that big church over here by Food Line.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it rolling.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Well, he had that CRX. He bought it and he tried to blow it up. Like he drained the oil out of it and threw a brick on the gas pedal and let it run. He couldn't blow it up. So he ends up at one point. Before I had left O'Reilly's, he ends up working on it a little bit to start driving it back and forth to Murfreesboro to save gas. Because there for a while he would drive his big car every once in a while.
Yeah, he's still driving the CRX.
Well, he had talked about trying to blow that engine so he could tub it out and put a 350. He was wanting to tub out a CRX. I was like, what?
Remember that BMW I had?
Yes, the Goob ball.
Yeah. When I bought it, I ran it from Willowbrook Golf Course to the interstate down here with no oil in it. Jerry never believed. He thought I broke the oil pan when I pulled down to the gas station. He finally believed me. But he told me, man, if that engine never blows, we're going to put a small block in it. I mean, can you imagine, having a BMW with a small block in it?
Yeah,
Then the mechanic we worked with, he bought like an 82 Mercedes 300D. And engine was blown, so he put a small block in it, quiet muffler. You couldn't hear it run; it would just purr.
Oh, sleeper.
Yeah, it was a sleeper. And dude, when he mashed on it, oh my God! Like, okay, what's a Mercedes doing with a small block in it? Because I was like 17th time, I didn't know you could do such a thing, but you can do such a thing.
Dude, John Church, you remember?
Mm.
His wife's brother, Rhett, had at one point an RX-7 with a 350. And you talk about a demon on the street. I mean, look how light that car is. Whew.
Dude, I tell you, Powerblock did one. I can't remember what engine it was. They put a big block in a 240. Wow! When you see a 240, when they start it up, it's gonna have a certain sound. Well, this one had a big lope.
Like that bump stick.
Yeah, bump stick. Got that from Bones. Well, you see that, you're like, what the crap is that? But it was one off car. I mean, everything was kind of custom made, but it was pretty slick, man. Pretty slick. Tooth, you got that Christmas shopping done yet, Dick?
Dick, I'll tell you what, Christmas shopping is 99% complete. I'm finishing tomorrow.
That's good. We're about done too. Got a little watched some Christmas movies yesterday, but I missed my favorite one. But I got it on DVD. Old Christmas Vacation.
You serious, Clark?
Oh, that movie, man. Have you seen the people putting mannequins out by the street dressed up like Cousin Eddie?
Absolutely. That hat is priceless.
That is, man. That is like the best holiday movie ever. It's better than Rudolph. That is a Christmas Story, which I never watched. It was all right, but
there was a couple of really. I mean, to me, the National Lampoon's Chevy Chase movies there was a couple of really good ones, but Christmas Vacation has to be not only one of the best Christmas movies, but just one of the best humorous, funny, like Beverly D'Angelo. Like, it's just a good movie.
It was awesome. She's hot.
She was definitely hot.
Yeah. And she was married to Al Pacino, I think.
Alpac.
Yeah. Or they dated for a while or something like that.
I didn't know that,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
You're a plethora of knowledge.
I'm a plethora of useless knowledge. I can't remember when Amber tells me, hey, go bring home some milk. I don't remember that crap, but I'll remember, Michael Jordan's birthday.
Or how many home runs Hank Aaron has hit in his career.
Yeah, 75.
See what I'm saying, guys? See what I'm saying?
It's pitiful. It's got me nowhere. It's got me Sunday night, almost midnight, talking to Tooth, freezing our butts off in the House of Dolls here.
But I have a healthy respect for your knowledge because I find that I have a lot of useless knowledge. It's just not in the same genres necessarily that yours
That's
is.
true. That's true.
You have broad categories. You know lots of useless knowledge about lots of different things. And I feel the same way. However, when it comes to sports, I have almost zero knowledge. Wrestling, that's one of those things that you've got a lot of knowledge of. I don't really want to call that a sport because it's just so much better than a sport.
That's right. It's real. The rest of the world's fake.
The rest of the world's fake. That's exactly
That's right.
right. But music, back in the day, matter of fact, Justin Hobbs, big shout out, at one time, he was working at 981, and I don't remember what went on with the music debate, but he said, look, if Derek says that this is how it goes, he don't screw up on music much ever. He'd call me up once I was moved to 1110. Hey, man, who sings such and such? And it's different categories and genres of music and movies.
We need to have you and Bradley here at the same time, Brother Ramsey. That dude, man, he is he's like a real life Stump the Trunk. He is. It's scary. That dude, 'cause the movies he's watched is unbelievable. I can't even begin to touch the movies he's watched.
I don't have a memory on the movies as well as I should, but I tend to, for whatever reason, can almost always put any given conversation, situation, something that has been said, I can relate it to a song lyric almost always.
I do all the time. If you can't handle it, then we can't be friends.
But this is how I feel.
Why can't we be friends? Say it, just did it.
My life is a musical. Kim makes fun of me all the time because I will literally walk around the house and answer questions in song form.
I do at work all the time. They look at me like, dude, what is wrong with you?
And I'll hate.
That's how I work. Somebody says, man, I ain't seen that in forever. And I'm, forever.
I do the same thing.
Yeah. I can't help it. It just happens. So.
Tanika told me she was taking her kids to the park today. I said, down to Donkey Park.
Donkey Park.
Travis, all time.
Yeah, and then, hey, does they go faster? Do you want to go faster?
Travis does have a career as a carny if this fails.
Yeah, I got small hands, smell like cabbage. Austin Powers reference there. Nobody ever gets that when they say something with my small hands. Like, like nomads, really. They're like, well, what are you talking about? Do you ever see Austin Powers?
Yeah, but that's not one of the lines that I remember. You know, it's not one of those that just rises to
Well,
your
you don't
head.
have small hands. I do.
Yeah. Do you remember, you might not, but there was a guy working for me for a brief period of time. He ended up moving to Cookville. He was actually from Cookville, driving to Murfreesboro, working at my store for a little while. His name was Mike. Mike. And he had literally the Burger King commercial, Tiny Hands.
Oh, yeah?
Like,
I
and
remember you talking about it, yeah.
I didn't notice. I never noticed. And then one day he's literally holding a burger, and I'm like, dude, did you do the commercial? Like, he had the tiniest hands.
It's a baby hands. You're so tiny and cute. Look at him. He's peachy.
Travis has a lot of voices, a lot of characters he likes to share amongst day-to-day life, and they really make life better, most of them. They're
Yeah, for me.
fabulous.
For everybody else, they're like, what in the hell's wrong with you, man?
And see, I owe Travis a lot of my humor because, you know, people constantly, I've used one-liners I learned from you to make people laugh, you know?
I usually steal them from obscure comedians that nobody's ever heard of, so then I get credit for it.
Yeah, my boss does that a lot, and he goes for real obscure comedians with dark humor.
Oh, yeah, I can't do the dark stuff. It ain't funny.
Some of it is, but it's just dark.
Yeah. You serious, Clark?
It's
See, because your last name's
Because my
Clark.
last name's Clark.
I just known this guy for 20-something years, and I just now put that together.
Serious Clark?
You serious, Clark? Yeah.
I get that meme a lot.
Yeah. Well, you should.
It's got Randy Quaid?
Yeah.
He plays Uncle Cousin
Eddie, yeah.
Cousin Eddie. Yeah, it's got a picture of him in that like light blue cowboy
Yeah.
shirt with the, what is that called? The
Dickie.
pattern.
Oh.
The collar, you know?
Oh, yeah, the, I don't know what it's called.
Anyway, he's got that shirt and that little comb over deal going. You serious, Clark?
You see?
Man, one time I was living out on Asbury Road, and this buddy of mine I was working with named Stephen Avens was supposed to come by the house. And I was expecting him, but I was laying in my bedroom because I had another buddy of mine who I was just helping out sleeping on the couch. So, you know, I told him come on by, that I'd be in my room. He'd have to knock, whatever, but I'd definitely be there. So for him, it was a good travel to come to where I lived on Asbury from where he lived in Hillsboro. And, you know, he got there, I guess, I'm assuming, because, guys, I passed out. Crashed. I mean, was out cold. Never knew he came by, never heard anything, but woke up an hour and a half, 2 hours later, and my phone had a missed message. Message had a picture of a mountain goat. I said, man, where's Derek? And then below it had a picture of the mountain goat up close, and he was on this very, very small peak balancing on the top of this mountain, thousands of feet in the air. I said, man, fuck Derek. It was priceless.
That's good.
It was priceless.
That's good.
Yeah.
Ain't it great to have friends like that?
I appreciate guys with humor.
Yeah, well, you
Like
got
you,
to.
Travis.
No, thank you. Hey, man.
Appreciate you.
What George Carlin said, don't take life serious. Nobody ever gets out alive anyway.
Was it George Carlin? I know Ryan Reynolds said it, quoting whoever said
Yeah, I think it was
it
pretty sure it was George Carlin.
in Van Wilder.
Yeah, I try to quote, what's that, Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, I like
That
him.
dude, man.
He was funny.
He was.
Rest
yeah.
in peace,
He's been
Mitch.
gone he's been there like 10 years now.
Once again,
Yeah.
when we say 10 years, we're thinking, oh, wait.
Wow, 95?
No, 10 years ago was 2005.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
God, we're stupid.
We are.
'cause you-
Well, that's why we're out here freezing.
Speaking of this garage, Dick, I'd like to transition into my most memorable moment in your garage, the House of Dolls. Maybe one of the few times this garage has been used as a garage.
What?
I'm just saying, right now it's a storage facility. There is a refrigerator. We do have, cold beverages, and we have some seats, obviously the recording equipment. Outside of that, it is a storage facility currently.
Hey, this is a restaurant booth we're sitting in, son.
It is a restaurant booth. I do want to give Travis props for that. I mean, this is
Thank you, Gator and Bones.
we're shitting in high cotton, guys, but storage facility, guys, storage facility. However, this has been some years back. Craig Majors was still living with us in the great state of Tennessee. He had a Mustang V6 model, I think it was. It was a 5-speed. Needed a replacement clutch. Of course, I've been told in the past, and even in the recent past, that I'm a decent mechanic, and I don't try to go out of my realm. If I don't know, I just won't do it. But I've done a few clutches. So, Craig, you buy the parts, I'll do the job for free. Obviously, Craig and I are best friends.
Good negotiating skills there, Dick.
Yeah, well, it gets better. So, I'm not really doing this job for any kind of monetary value whatsoever. Craig and I are hanging out. He says he wants to learn, so he's here for, most of it. He doesn't do a lot, but he does help. We're putting the clutch in.
He's more of a holder. He holds things.
He'll hand you stuff
Yeah.
like a gopher.
Yeah.
And he likes to hold stuff. Most of the time it's beer
Yeah.
or whiskey.
Yeah, and he'll have a cigarette.
Usually his hands are full. He ain't much help.
Not really.
He was here, though, in spirit.
Yeah, he was here.
He was here. He was sitting in that chair over there. What do you need, Dick? Travis, hand him that wrench.
He's like supervisor.
Travis ain't here.
We'll just wait till he gets back and get that wrench for him.
But seriously, man, we had some troubles along the way. The drive shaft bolts were welded in. We tried several different types of deep creep and WD-40s, and was it Croil oil or something that Kevin?
Then we have PB Blaster.
We tried that, but it was some stuff Kevin brought me. He's in Shelbyville now, I think.
Oh yeah, an orange.
Kevin
can.
Cole. Yes, the orange
yeah.
can. And you guys
Yeah.
sell it now.
Yeah.
We didn't
Yeah.
sell it at the
Yeah.
time. He brought me some stuff, and I sprayed it on there and let it sit 10 minutes, and these bolts came out like warm butter. I was like, what? Anyway, we had some troubles on the way, but the most memorable moment, we were putting the car back together. I had replaced the clutch. We are tightening flywheel bolts. I've got a 1/2-inch drive ratchet.
You gotta get them tight, Dick.
Well, you got to torque them down.
You gotta torque them down.
I had a 1/2-inch drive ratchet, and Craig was holding the flywheel with the pry bar, holding it in place so it wouldn't spin on me. And for whatever reason, I went to pull down and give it a good heave ho, put a little South 1, South 2 on it, and got to pulling, and the socket wasn't quite flush on the bolt. And as you guys might know, I smacked myself in the forehead.
Right in the forward.
And at first, I thought I just gave myself a good hit, and then I felt wet on my face. So I roll out from under the car, and I am pouring blood. I didn't realize how much blood there was in your forehead. But Craig's like, Dick, you are bleeding bad. I had a trail of blood out the garage, in the gravel, down the side of the truck I was driving. The guy that owned the truck, I had blood down his driveway. He's pouring alcohol peroxide down my forehead, and his driveway's downhill, so there's a river of red running down his nice, pretty white concrete. And he's like, Tooth, the white meat's showing. You might need stitches. I was like, Dick, just get some super glue and glue this thing shut. Dick, I really think you need to go to the
You got
hospital.
stitches in the forward, son.
So Craig took me to the hospital. So not only did I do the job for free, but it cost me $150.
Yeah, well, guess who had to clean that blood up in my garage?
Did you call the the bloodborne pathogen people.
Yeah, I did, Amber. Old Purple Power and a brush took it right up.
She got it up.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, it adds character.
So we're calling this the. How many stitches did you get?
That was 5 stitches in the forehead.
That's right.
Directly in the center.
So what are we calling the garage now?
Well, I don't know,
It
Travis.
was kind of clever. You said like a 5-stitch skull garage or something.
It's the 5-stitch garage.
Yeah.
Come on down to 5-stitch. We'll turn the wrench on them.
We turn it on your head.
Turn it on my forehead.
God. Do that again, won't
It
you?
was like a 21 millimeter half-inch drive, just plank.
Tickled, didn't it?
It hurt like hell.
Tickle me.
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah,
It was
that's-
bad. Craig laughing at me the whole time.
Thank God, man.
He's like, Dick, you're bleeding bad.
Do something about it. Hand me a rag.
I'm riding in the truck shotgun, got my head out the window like a dog so I don't bleed inside the cab.
My back at time we was riding down the road to Sparta one time and was doing a little work. And you got sick drinking a cherry sun drop and one of those little hot mama sausages. You want me to pull over and there's no shoulder of the road, so you puke down the side of the truck. What is you hanging out the side of trucks?
You know, I wonder that.
We need to discuss this at length.
it
sometime when
starts-
we get more time.
Well, short story. I'll make it quick. I'll even talk fast. I was about 6, maybe 7 years old, and my dad had like a 1978 GMC S15 Cheyenne. Now, my mother and my aunt were involved in a pileup in it, damaged the passenger door. I was sitting very close to the passenger door. My dad made a sharp right turn. The door flew open. I fell out. Side of a truck at 6, 7 years old. Luckily, it had those old door handles that were, external, so I grabbed the handle before I hit the ground and did not hit the ground. But it started young, Dick, and ever since then, it's been a trail of me hanging out the sides of trucks.
Well, okay. Well, that's at least you're staying true to yourself. I mean, that's important.
You got to follow what's true and what's right, and that's
right.
what makes my heart feel good, just hanging out the side of trucks.
Makes me too, because I get to hear all these stories.
Cherry sun dropping a giant firecracker,
Yeah.
projectile vomit,
It was great.
pink.
It was gross. Man.
It was
That
disgusting.
terrible.
And we took that dude's coat show back to him. It's like an old Chevy Colorado,
Yeah,
covered
man.
in paint puke.
God.
Good
terrible.
times.
Can't believe I'd get fired.
I thought you were going to talk about the time that I was leaving. Was it Sparta or Cookeville? And Dustin and I had the grill. We were pulling it, and we tried to make up the story that we got rear-ended or something and knocked the grill, and it didn't work.
What about the time? I was going to hit this when you was talking about the '86 Honda Accord.
Are you going to talk about when I rolled into the Maltese Cross?
No, I was going to talk about the time where you were supposed to come back to Murfreesboro, but you made it almost to Knoxville on 840. Wrong turn at Albuquerque, wasn't it? What happened there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was supposed to have a dinner date with Monica. We had been in Mount Juliet, and I needed to leave early. I couldn't go to the races.
Yeah, and you
And
made to Knoxville.
I got lost. And when I got to Neyland Stadium, I realized I had made a
You
mistake.
thought, wait a minute, it's Friday night. They're not playing. Wrong turn at Albuquerque.
There was a guy in my life at that time who told me back, around Murfreesboro, all roads lead to Murfreesboro. But that's not correct.
Not from Knoxville.
No.
No.
But we were in Mount Juliet. I don't even know how I got there. I passed some store I recognized, and I made a wrong turn. I should have took that ride at Albuquerque.
You should have. That's what happens when you don't listen. That's when you listen to Bugs Bunny.
Well, I like Bugs, but he's just not wise.
No, sometimes he's
Problem
not.
maker.
All right, well, guys, we're going to cut this one a little short. Try to make them a little shorter for y'all.
Try to make them shorter for us.
Yeah, well, no, but we can sit here for like another 3 hours and do this.
But we're going to have something to do tomorrow.
That's true. That's true.
Besides try to take over the world.
Well, that's on the agenda every day. We're like pinking the brain over here. Do I get to be the brain at least this time?
You can be the
Thank
brain.
God. Finally.
Thanks for having me again, Travis. I appreciate it. Guys, thanks for the good responses on Travis's podcast. He's doing a good job here. I think it's definitely, if nothing else, it's fun for us just to reminisce. So thanks again, Travis.
You're welcome, buddy. Appreciate you coming in on short notice. Designated hitter here. A little pinch hitter, I guess it would be.
I'm batting 1,000.
Batting 1,000. About time. Didn't get a wall. Well, you're lucky you get hit by a pitch right in the mater.
I swear to God, I am, man. Man, I can throw for days right-handed. I can throw for days
Now
left-handed.
you're stealing someone's intellectual
Man, I
property.
swear to God, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm amphibious.
Oh, you're a lizard?
Well, yeah,
Is that an amphibian?
I'm amphibious.
Oh, okay. All right, we're going to cut it short. I'm going to try to put that song of Chris and Craig's at the end for y'all's listening pleasure. If you got any comments, questions, hit me on Facebook, Travis Reed, or I guess Facebook.com/The Everyday Joe Show. You can hit Tooth on Facebook underneath Derek Clark. He doesn't have a Twitter, which he should have.
Twitter.
Hit me on the Twitter.
Twitter.
I don't know why I like to say the Twitter.
Don't get me on the Twitter.
Yeah, but it's
He's got me on the Twitter.
yeah, Jericho stole a great one. Hit me on the Twitter. Well, we can't say that because Jericho says it.
Twitter.
Yeah, on the Twitter.
Like
we're
it.
Swedish or something.
That's from Sweden. Isn't that nice? It's from Sweden.
On the Twitter.
On the Twitter.
Yeah, hit me every day on Twitter at Everyday Joe Show. Leave me some feedback. Anything you guys want to, any questions you got for anybody or anything you want me to do or not do, I probably won't listen to you if you tell me not to do it. Be nice to me. I'm very sensitive.
Look, guys, I'm just going to throw this out here. Travis has no idea, but if things go well and we really get some followers, I'm going to vote that even if I have to design it myself, we're going to do a web page. So if you guys want to send pictures to his Instagram or what have you, we can post some things. And
yeah, I'm on the gram too at DieselXI. I like that. That's nicknamed from a long time ago. XI's for 11. That's Roman numerals.
You don't say.
I know I'm pretty smart, ain't I?
Huh.
Yeah, I know.
I thought it was XI.
Hopefully, the next guest we're gonna have will be Eli, and he has some things to clear up with old Tooth here. I don't know what they are, but Derek won't be here for the next recording. But we're gonna find out what bones that Eli has to pick with Tooth. Should be fairly interesting, I would assume.
Well, when it comes to Eli, we all know I'm just going to agree to disagree, but I'm just going to preemptively tell you he's lying.
But appreciate y'all listening. So
He's probably mad because I told him for farting in the high school. Well, he said
that's probably what it is.
He
really.
farted.
He's probably gonna blame Big Baby on it.
crop dusted me right there.
She'll kill him. Oh. But all right, man. Appreciate y'all listening to us again. Like I said, we're gonna cut this one a little short. Try to make it shorter. We're gonna play this song by Chris Murray and Craig Majors at the end. Really good tune. I'm trying to play some different music at the beginning and the end. Make it a little bit different. So it's not the same old thing, just us talking for a whole hour. So I appreciate you listening. Until next week, we're out.